In the Mimic's Veil this week, we talk about Power Rangers, Rita's Rewind, Marvel Rivals, and then we have a little look at the Xbox Developer Direct, starting off with Doom, The Dark Ages.
For me, I've never really been a Doom guy. I haven't played 2016. I haven't played Eternal. I genuinely don't know if I've ever played any of the original Dooms because I'm not a shooter person in the slightest. But watching the gameplay, watching the deep dive into this,
you'd be there.
Yeah, that's true. I'll drive him.
Making fire his weapons automatically from a top-down perspective, all over it.
Oh, Doom Survivors would be great.
That would be cool. Now we're talking.
Come on, Ed, give me that. But no, jokes aside, like, this really has... It's not sold me on Doom, but I definitely think I will try this, and that's the beauty of Game Pass, isn't it? Like, I think there's just something about... And they said, basically, like, the whole ethos of this game and the whole ethos of the development was only in Doom, so we want to do things that you can only do in Doom. Like, this is a Doom thing, and I think they've really achieved that, and, like, just the new weapons look really cool. You're just watching this gun that... Skulls go into the gun and they become the bullets and all this. I'm just like, that's fucking lovely.
That sounded like a gun firing in the background right on cue. That was amazing.
Such great sound effects here. And the new, they showed a lot of the saw shields, and I think we'd seen that initially in the reveal trailer. But I think they went into a lot more depth in terms of how that works and how it can parry, how you can use it as like a projectile weapon, things like that. It's just the whole thing and the whole package just looks like, yeah, you've gone and tried to do something a bit cooler here. And then like, and not only that, you've been asking for this for ages, and there's mechs, and then there's all these different bits where you're doing these huge mechs. And you can also have this dragon that you can fly about on, and you can go and do these different things in a metal dragon. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Sold. Like, I just want to try this. It's just bizarre, but amazing.
It looks like they've had a lot more fun making it. Like it.
Yeah.
The thing that's always put me off Doom is just it's dark and dingy and bloody, and obviously this is hyper violent as well. But there's something about it where it looks more not cartoonish, but a bit more colourful and a bit more.
Yeah, there's a lot of like
playful
neon in it, and
yeah,
it just feels. I think they've gone and they've tried to make it more accessible and appealing, and I think this is. Surely said this is a prequel to Doom 2016.
Yeah.
But they've gone and added a lot more accessibility in it than they've never ever had in the games before. Like you can go and adjust like the difficulty, the speed, like the enemies, like loads of different sliders that they showed you that you could adjust to like get the experience that you want and the challenge that you want, which I think every game should have, in my opinion.
Yeah.
See with this, like in terms of Doom, I had never played Doom up until Doom 2016, and even then I only played that a couple of years ago. And both that and maybe more so Eternal, your brain almost has to get up to speed to cope with the gameplay because it is very fast, and you're always moving. It's one of those games, always moving, always shooting because you can't stand still.
And it encourages that aggression as well, doesn't it? Because isn't that how you get your life back, is by doing the glory kills?
You get something,
yeah.
Twisting a demon's head off, smashing their face in, that kind of thing.
Yeah, in a glory hole.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Yeah, but it just, I think it looks... It takes a lot for me to be interested in any first-person game, let alone a first-person shooter. But this, it's just got something about it where I'm like, yeah, I'll give that. I think it looks incredible, like graphically.
Yes,
it looks proper next gen, which is very appealing as well. But also, gameplay wise, it just something about it made me think of Returnal, like almost like a first person Returnal. Some of the
I kind of know what you mean in terms of
because you've got like
the way
neon
things,
bullets flying at you, and you're sort of weaving in and out of them, and it's like, oh yeah, now we're talking.
Must complete Doom the Dark Ages before Bane.
Yeah, It's quite exciting. And what did we get? We got a release date for that. Was that May?
Yeah, it was May. I want to say May the 18th, but I'm making 15th, up the day there.
I've got a thing from The Verge open.
Nice.
15th of May.
Which is not long to wait.
No, because you had 2 games from April, 1 from May, 1 dropped today, and 1 for fall. And you've already got Avowed coming in February. So you're like, it's like a strong first half of the year for Xbox.
It's pretty stacked.
I mean, all the games have come to PlayStation. I think the only one that they showed out of the showcase it's not coming to PlayStation as it currently stands is South of Midnight, which again looked very, very good. I think this really sold me on that game. I think in terms of how they told what they're trying to achieve with it, what story they're trying to tell, like the direction they've gone with it and the art style and all these different like folklore, like the folklore of the Deep South and all these
the
bayou, yeah. And how they wanted it to be like their own creation of that and their own interpretation of it, because none of these like different elements of folklore have like locked in like this is exactly what it's like. You can go and interpret it in whatever way that you want, and I think I don't think this is going to come out and like set the world on fire, but I think it's going to be a solid game by the looks of it.
I like how they were talking about the animation of this game and how they were sort of pulling it together and how it's all sort of hand animated in a way, sort of stop motion they mentioned in the presentation, and I love that kind of that thing. There was a bit when it first came on, I was like, oh, is it dropping some frames here? And then the more it went on, I was like, no, it's just how it is animated. But then they actually clarified it. But I like that kind of thing. Can I do a Lewis's Lightning?
No, let's do it.
It reminds me a little bit of Drat. It's a game that came out a few years ago. It's got a big dice, and you're like a little goblin thing that Lost in Random. Yes, that similar vibe.
Yeah,
but it looks good.
Yeah, it looks. I think you're right, Alex, about the not setting the world alight thing. Like I certainly don't expect that either. But it looks like one that's sort of got cult classic written all over it, sort of thing. Like, I hope it's not too long. I hope it's a nice condensed little experience, like 12 hours, 15 hours, something like that. And
it gave me that feeling because the way I was looking at it, and I can't remember, but it felt like there was like four kind of main biomes, if you want to call it that, and each one had like one of these like beasts as the kind of key enemy that you need to go and defeat, but find out about through these echoes as you're going through the biomes. So you're learning about them, and then you're going to kill them and put all the world to right. Is how I was kind of reading what they were telling us, and I thought, right, well, you're going to have 4 of them. Feels like you're going to have like a 3-hour story for each bit of them, maybe 3-4 hours. So maybe about 12-15 hours, I would guess, from what they've shown us. And I did quite like how all like the boss fights looked, how it had the different stages and all ramping up. They were telling you how they designed the music to go beside that, and I really like the style of these developer directs. I like hearing all the different bits the studio's talking about, the bits that they're working on, and bringing it all together and understanding how they all work together to put the games together. I just think it's much more, not endearing, but you know what I mean. Like you can buy into it much easier. Yeah,
and they all seem like pretty cool, pretty media trained, like, but still personality comes across. Just like these are just nice people trying to make a nice game. What is the name of the studio behind this one?
Compulsion Games.
Compulsion. What else have they done?
So they did Contrast and We Happy Few. So this is the 3rd game.
Okay.
I liked Contrast. I've never played We Happy Few. I liked Contrast. It was a nice platform. I think you quite like Contrast, to be fair. It's quite a nice, interesting game, and it's, I think, only 4 or 5 hours. It's quite a short game.
Was that pre Microsoft owning them?
Yeah.
Both of those. Right.
This is the first one they've released since Microsoft bought them.
Right, this is a slight tangent, but the whole like Game Pass model, and is it going to be sustainable, and is it bad for the industry and all that, the rest of it, all very valid things to think about. But similar to how when Capcom released Kunitsugami last year, and it was like, yeah, I want to see more like weird stuff from big publishers. Like that's brilliant. I feel like that is the answer to a lot of the industry's problems. And seeing games like this being given this big platform and potentially a big broad audience, as you said, probably not going to be the biggest game of the year, but it's just like, yeah, this feels like a game that might have been made, a decade ago. Like but it's obviously beautiful and probably got all the modern sort of quality of life things that you'd expect now. It's just, I don't know, something about it. It's just like warms the cockles of my heart.
Yeah, I think I just feel, as I say, it's not going to like set the world on fire, but I think people are going to like it. And I get what you mean about that kind of cult thing, but I think it's, and I was watching it and I feel like, could this be what Forspoken wanted to be? I don't know, there was something giving me that kind of vibe, whereas everyone kind of seen Forspoken and they're like, this is going to be amazing, and whereas I feel like it's that kind of same thing, and this female protagonist with these kind of different magical powers and stuff like that, but it just feels a bit grittier and a bit more substance.
And the dialogue doesn't
it.
seem annoying either, which I think was Forspoken's big issue, wasn't it? Yeah. Also, slight correction, cockles of my heart, that's not an actual expression. It can warm your cockles or it can warm your heart. I don't think anyone has cockles in their heart, apart from...
You hope not, maybe.
Maybe Lewis, he's dressed like a fisherman.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Let me check. Lift your top up.
Yeah, fancy this one, Lewis?
Nah.
Ah,
to be honest, I turned the thing off after. I turned it on after about 20 minutes of it being on. I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, that's on. I switched it on, then I turned it off after like midway through Doom. I was like, I could be playing something and that I'm interested in, opposed to watching this.
Yeah.
Because no matter what I see and what I watch, it's always the same. Well, it looks really good, and I'll forget about it and I'll never play it anyway. I mean, I'll probably get round to playing Doom. There's no chance of me playing Ninja Gaiden.
Well, let's talk about Ninja Gaiden from your one of your favourite developers, Platinum.
Yeah, see, I missed that. I missed that, and I was like, I'm not a Ninja Gaiden guy anyway. And then was it Max? He's like, oh, and Platinum have done it. Oh my goodness! And I was like, oh for fuck, is that honest to God? Is it really Platinum that have done it? I mean, if there is anything that could ever put me more off a game, it's having someone like Platinum doing it.
It's only a collaboration with Team Ninja. It's not purely Platinum Games.
Yeah, they would have rubbed some horse shit off on Team Ninja.
They just brought the boobs.
Yeah. Remove all depth and just have a button mashing game. I don't know. I've never played a Ninja Gaiden game.
I thought you had.
I know it seems like a sort of game I would play, but I think all the I think the old NES ones. See, that's what I think of when I think of Ninja Gaiden.
I don't
2D.
I think
the ones. Those 3D ones. I think they came out while I was not into. I wasn't even aware of them until the last few years.
Weren't there? I mean, they were 360. There were Xbox and Xbox 360. The Ninja Gaiden games. I think 2008 Ninja Gaiden 2 came out. Because I did.
My 360 was a FIFA and Halo and Gears of War machine. That was it, really.
I had at least the first one. I might have had the second one as well, but they were too hard for me. They were like balls hard, and that's not my kind of game. You know that. But I mean, I hope they've made these ones more accessible. As I said, I want all games to be accessible because I like the look of this. I like the look of the combat. I think it looks really good. And in the same way, they also dropped to the Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which looks, I'm assuming it's a full remake because it's Unreal Engine and stuff, and when you actually saw the trailer for it, I'm like, it must be a remake. And I thought, right, I'm going to try that because that looks like fun. But if it's too hard, then I'm just going to bounce like so hard off it that there's no point. But
yeah, running around a neon city, just bashing through enemies as a ninja with some cool weapons. That sounds like a good time to me. But I can't think of a platinum game that I've finished. Like,
what ones have you played? You played that Astral Chain,
Bayonetta. I played Bayonetta. Actually, yeah, I finished Bayonetta 1, but I didn't really enjoy it. It was like a hate finish. It's like this is just mashing buttons, looking at gyrating Bayonetta. Yeah. But yeah, no, I can't think of anything. I think that Metal Gear, is it Metal Gear Rising Revengeance? Is that them? It's supposed to be good.
Maybe.
I think so. And that's supposed to be really good. And that's always really cheap on Steam. So I'm always tempted. But we're not buying any games until Switch 2 comes out.
No,
so
not. Well, I suppose other than the voucher that you already had, to be agreed that was
Yes, exactly. And I do have £45 worth of vouchers that are ready to spend at any point. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Is this? I assume this is a Game Pass as well.
Yes.
In which case, give it a bash.
Indeed.
Yeah. See if
just
it sticks.
like I'm pretty sure you'll give Expedition 30T a 30T. Clear Obscure Expedition 33 a bash, because that looks like a Ben game if I've ever seen one.
It is. Yeah, I thought that from the first trailer that we saw last year. It was a while ago, wasn't it?
I think it was a showcase last year, potentially.
Yeah. It's just, I like the whole concept. What the painter paints a number and anyone above that number dies. Is that the concept of it? Something like that. Which I just think it's just a cool. It just looks like a very different twist on a JRPG. Like the whole. I'm in.
There was a couple of bits that looked a bit quick timey.
Well, that was
but that's quite a JRPG thing as well. Like to have.
That is now, yeah.
Yeah, to have some stuff that's like, can't just have turn-based. We need to throw in some.
Yeah. We need to keep your hands occupied so you don't pick up your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks good though. I like that blimp guy.
The blimp guy's really cool. I'm like, what the fuck is that? But you're
what does he say when he goes up into the air? There was like a voice line. It looks really. I like it. I like the way it looks. I'll try this one at least because it looks
good.
Cool.
The world's map
quite a good
looks
cast.
really cool. Yeah.
Charlie Cox.
Who's that?
Ben? Who's what?
Ben Starr's in it. I know that much.
Who's Charlie Cox?
In Final Fantasy 16. Charlie Cox from
Daredevil.
Yeah.
What's that?
Have you seen? Let's do this. He's in Daredevil. He plays Daredevil in Daredevil. He's in Stardust.
So Daredevil
Stardust
is
the film I was thinking
I don't know what Stardust is.
Fucking hell.
It was the one that sang the song. Like you and I, we will ride on the star.
Okay, I've heard that.
It's a great film. It's a book as well.
See,
good book.
I bet the book. Do you know what? I bet the book's better than the film.
Probably.
Yeah. That's what they say, isn't it?
Claire Danes. It's Claire Danes.
Claire Danes is in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard of her.
Of course you have.
It's got an ensemble cast.
What, the game or Stardust?
Stardust.
Okay, let's keep going down this rabbit hole.
It's the game also. It's got Mark Strong.
No, fuck the game. Tell me about Stardust.
Mark Strong is in.
Oh,
Stardust?
we've had this. We've spoken about Mark Strong before.
Have we?
Because we've had this discussion about Mark Strong.
Good villain.
And I've said never heard of
plays
that.
a baddie. You have.
And then you knew who he was.
Yeah, and then I looked it up.
In, like,
oh yeah, I know his face. I don't know what that is.
The fuck is
a
What do
film.
you do?
I play games. I don't watch fucking whatever these things are.
It's got Taron Egerton.
I've heard of that person.
Mark Heap. is also in...
No, you're just making things up.
I'm not. He's
I've
in...
not heard of him either, Ben.
Friday Night Dinner. He's in Spaced. He's in...
Is he the dad in Friday Night Dinner?
No, he's the next door neighbour.
With the glasses?
Yes.
See,
Okay.
There
we go.
There you go. It's got...
Carry on.
Superman.
What's his name? Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill, that's it.
Yep.
Cavill.
He's handsome.
Never seen those films, but I know of him.
You know of him.
Yep.
It's got...
Plays Warhammer.
Loads of folk.
How hot is Henry Cavill?
Very.
I would say very, yeah.
Yeah,
He's a handsome, handsome man.
he is. Handsome devil. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I've got a lot to think about there.
You even
I'll
got
go
a
away
nice song from me.
David
Yeah.
Williams.
I know him.
He's also in Stardust.
Yeah, because he does a lot of TV, therefore I know him.
Is he the blimp man, no?
I don't know. Andy Serkis
I
is
think
in the
he'd
game.
make a good blimp man.
Gollum
Yep.
from Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
There we go. Knowledge. And that, you might
He's
not
also
know
in The
this,
Hobbit as
that
well.
was also based on a book. Yeah. So we're all learning something.
Yep. Yeah, so Andy Serkis is in the game. I'm going to assume that he's the blimp guy.
Okay. Good. What was the game again? I've forgotten.
Stardust.
What else is Mark Strong in? Sherlock Holmes?
With Benedict Cumberbatch.
No.
Oh, then I don't know. With Martin Freeman.
No, he's in the Robert Downey Jr. films, I think. I think it's him.
I've never seen them. But I know who Robert Downey Jr. is. Anyway, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. Any more thoughts on that one?
Too busy thinking about films Mark Strong's been in.
Shazam.
Is he in Shazam?
He's in Shazam.
Is Shaquille O'Neal in that? Or am I thinking of something else that starts with S?
Space Jam, no.
No, that was Michael Jordan.
Oh, but then he did the new one. Or was it?
That was LeBron.
Oh. They're all basketball.
Okay, right, now we're in my specialist area. Let's talk about basketball some more. Yeah. Okay, but no, this does look like a great twist on a JRPG. What's the release date for this one?
It was
Still got that
just
article up?
the week
24th of
after.
April.
Yes, it was 16
Well, that's not
days after South of Midnight, which is the 8th of April, is that right?
Nice. Yeah, I am down for this.
Yeah,
In a big way.
It lists, even though the interface and everything looks really nice, it's just, looks good.
And it looks very French.
Oui.
Oui. We're talking about the globe, the map, and I was like, oh, here we go. They don't want to talk about a map. I mean, but it seems that you can traverse the map using the blimp guy.
Uh-huh.
It sort of floats up into
It's
the
like
air.
a big
and then
3D globe map.
Yeah.
So it's almost like kind of, it's like Game of Thrones to an extent. Not Game of, but like, you know when you go
I know
up
what you
and
mean,
see
yeah.
the Game of Thrones map, but it's like spherical.
And it's like you can explore it in that way. Like if you go around the map like that, you find different things, kind of like
Hidden
any other
places and bosses and
game.
Facial animation's incredible as well.
We're all real people. That's why.
No, I meant in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yours. Very animated face. But yeah. No, good. Good. Was there anything else? Anything else from that developer_direct that we haven't covered?
don't think so. So that's what 5 games we've talked about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm different. You're saying you like how it goes in and you see the developers talking. They're all very personable and media trained. It's the bit that I don't like.
Lewis doesn't like people being personal. Shock horror.
I am shocked.
Why,
Lewis? Let's delve deep into your psyche here. Why?
Because I just want to see the game.
He's watched too many
Not
Mark
interested in
Strong
who made
films.
it. The people behind it that bring
people
our
behind
dreams to life.
That's a bit far-fetched. I just
sack them all and use the AI.
Yeah, they just start talking. I mean, there was like, it must have only been 10 seconds, but at the end of what was it? South of Midnight, or oh no, it was maybe Clear Obscure Expedition 33. They all just started saying a little phrase. Cut one to the next, to the next, to the next. I was like, oh,
but it was like a French phrase for like see tomorrow or go tomorrow or come tomorrow or something.
I'm sure it means something. And I like seeing them with all their little equipment and how they make the games. It's nice. If it was Sam Lake, you'd be like, "Ooh, this is amazing."
Yeah, but he'd be doing some funky dance moves, like drinking some coffee at the same time. What are you talking about? How the instruments they use? They're sat in front of a computer. I'll send you a picture of me right now.
I'd love that. I would love that.
Using his instrument.
With your cockles out.
They're not instruments. Look, got nail clippers on the desk here, look, for some reason.
Right, another random tangent you've just reminded me. I was dropping my son off from school. No, picking him up a couple of days ago. And walked past, and there's a guy, it's actually the kid's, let's say parent. One of the parents. But obviously his wife had got out of the car to go and pick their kid up. And he'd stayed in the car. And he was hanging out the car window. Parents walking past, just clipping his nails out of the car window.
The parent was?
Yeah. It's like,
that's disgusting.
That's weird.
A really weird thing to do. Parked on a double yellow line, I might add.
Oh, it's even worse.
Leaning out of his window, clipping his nails for all to see.
What am I?
Oh, toenails.
Yeah, his toenails. This is big old Bommy knocker hanging out the window.
He's what?
Big old Bommy knocker.
What's that? Let's try and guess what that is actually.
Sorry, I've ruined it. Yeah.
That was going to be my first guess, to be fair. But.
Yeah.
A Bommy knocker.
Bommy knocker. What's the etymology of that?
No idea. You'll have to look at it. I thought it was a Scottish phrase, to be honest. But
I've never heard it.
Me neither.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now you can use it now. Use it with your friends. Try it out. Try it at home.
Get that manky Bommy knocker away.
Hey. Well, that's the Xbox 2025 Developer Direct covered succinctly in 25 minutes.
Well, I've just Googled it.
Bommy knocker.
Bommy knocker.
All right.
And see, Google gives you an AI overview now. 90% of them are just
useless.
Rubbish. A Bommy knocker is a large object used as a club for play or a weapon of destruction. So that could be a big toe.
Yeah, so if someone's got a especially big toe, it's a Bommy knocker.
How are they using it for play?
Use your imagination, Alex. I'm sure we've all done it.
I'm just going to dip my Bommy knocker in there.
This is a book, In the Hungry Giant, a book by Joy Cowley. The Hungry Giant threatens children with his Bommy knocker. That's what it says.
There we go. Oh, I love these educational episodes we do from time to time. And look, we've done news there. Again, for the second week in a row, we've covered news.
Yeah. We're just dipping our Bommy knocker in it.
Oh, Jesus. Has anyone played any video games this week? That's what I want to know. We can't talk about Citizen Sleeper 2 yet, but we will have a review of that next week because Alex and I have both been playing that extensively, so we're looking forward to talking about that. But embargo's not up until after this episode comes out, so we'll talk about that one next week. But other than that, what's Alex? What have you been playing? Anything?
See, do you remember that game that you said you couldn't recommend to any human being? Do you remember that one?
Clickolding. Yes, I remember that.
So I've done some clickolding myself. It's probably the most the weirdest 40 minutes I've ever spent in my life. Like, the most unsettling experience I think I've ever had. But you fascinatingly just can't stop clicking. Like, it's that's bizarre. But it's a bizarre game I think everyone should actually play. Just go and spend 45 minutes playing this game just for the sheer hell of it.
Exactly. It's not a big time commitment, but just to experience something so different, odd and unsettling. You know, anyone can put up with that for 45 minutes. I don't know, Reese played it.
I didn't know I could click my mouse so fast. Like,
so you were actually clicking, you weren't
holding. Well, I was holding it for most of the time, but when he was telling me to get faster, I was like, I had to like...
Yeah, so I played it on Steam Deck, and you can hold in the right trigger to click repeatedly, but then it doesn't click fast enough, so you actually have to revert to clicking and clicking and clicking. Yeah, just... What a weird game.
Yeah, very
well
weird.
Done you.
Yeah,
well done
so
you
I played
for trying
that.
it.
And then a completely different end of the spectrum, I've also played Power Rangers Rita's Rewind.
Nice.
Which I had been meaning to try for a while, and it's alright. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say this is the best game you've ever played. It's totally in that kind of lane of Shredder's Revenge. Like, it's that kind of thing, but it's not quite at the level of Shredder's Revenge. It's not as polished as like .emu. It's Digital Eclipse that's done this one. But it follows that kind of same structure. You've got the same kind of map. You're following a story from Power Rangers. You've got your Megazord and everything, all your different Power Rangers, the enemies that you recognise. You've got Rita, that's the kind of baddie behind the story. It's fun. The combat's what you would expect. Like, some of it goes from when you're in like the Megazord, it changes perspective and you're going kind of more first person type thing against some of these flying enemies, or you've got the just kind of side scrolling arcade type game that, and I think if there was a few of you playing it together, it'd be quite good fun. But
so it is online co-op.
Yeah, it has co-op. Yeah.
This looks amazing.
So that's a Lewis game.
No, I love the look of this. I was a big Power Rangers guy back in the 90s. This is my era of Power Rangers. These ones.
See,
who did you pretend to be?
Zack, the Black Ranger, Mastodon.
See, I was always a Tommy guy.
Yeah,
the red one.
He was white.
No, it was Jason.
Tommy was the White Ranger, and then he became the green one. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Other way around, wasn't it? It was green first.
Was it the other way? Is it green then he was white? I'm not sure.
Oh,
He had a long hair.
I always pretended to be Kimberly.
Oh,
did you?
To be with
when you were playing it with friends, or
no, just in my room, just by myself, looking myself in the mirror.
When I was clicking
with my Bommy knocker out.
Tell you what, the reviews on it, I'm going to keep going. It's quite expensive. 30 quid.
That is a lot for a game of this kind. I can see
we were. Yeah, I think you quite like it. It's in the family library. If you do ever get a Steam Deck, Lewis, you can try it.
Are you any closer to that Steam Deck purchase, Lewis?
Payday tomorrow.
Ooh.
Although annual bonus, so
I was listening to the Steam Deck podcast, Max's podcast that he does with his mates. Shout out to them. Check that out. I've been on an episode. It was the best episode they've done. But they were talking about there's that Steam OS being on other platforms now as well. So you could technically get into the Steam library without even needing to buy a Steam Deck. You could get one of those other handhelds potentially as well.
Oh yeah,
just broadening your options.
Yeah,
you know?
okay. Right.
Just letting you know.
I'm listening.
Little PSA. Yeah, and a great podcast.
You did that. You did it with 3 of them, when you were on.
Yeah. Yeah, all 3 of them were there. I wasn't expecting that.
I done 2 with Max.
You were on the Steam Deck podcast.
I wasn't on the Steam Deck podcast. I was on the Flip Screen Games podcast.
You kept that quiet.
And this was like in April.
Last year?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Don't even tell us.
I did.
No.
I bet took Max
then,
for pizza.
Yeah. One of the other ones, I can't remember what the podcast was, but it was with Max under the same banner, but I can't remember what the podcast was.
Was it the Nintendo one?
That's the one, yeah, the Nintendo one.
Oh, it's all coming flooding back to me now. Nintendo Noise, isn't it? There, Nintendo.
Sure.
Well, that's all Nintendo is, really, isn't it?
Nice. You'll be getting a Switch too.
How dare you? Day one.
How dare you? Yeah, they sound cool. So I've been having a little dabble in, a very little dabble because this is not my bag at all. But I have played a bit of Marvel Rivals.
Oh yes.
Would you believe? Yeah,
that is a bit of a surprise. That one.
Yeah, basically an Overwatch clone, but with Marvel characters. But it's really polished, and I actually played with my 2 eldest boys. All 3 of us playing online co-op on the same team. It's quite good fun. It's way too chaotic for me to ever really enjoy it, but in terms of like, if you like this sort of thing, I can see why you would get hooked into it, and that kind of one more round thing. By the end of it, like we started off and we were losing every round, but by the end of it we were pretty much winning every round, which was nice, and getting little achievements popping off and things like that. But yeah, it's cool. As with the case of all these kind of hero shooter kind of things, every character that you pick has got different abilities, so it took a while to find one that I actually clicked with.
Well, Ben, I actually seen something about this game earlier on, and Daredevil is rumoured to be heading to Marvel Rivals.
Ooh.
So maybe
Charlie Cox's voice.
Charlie Cox.
Played by Charlie Cox, as we all know. Yeah.
Charlie Cox.
That's what they say.
A blind liar.
But no, it's cool. And it's obviously a free to play game. It kind of made me feel like, you know, that one night we spent playing Concord, Alex.
Yes,
That
I
was
remember
fun.
it well.
That was good fun. It's
Was
like,
it?
I mean, I enjoyed it, and I feel like the problem with these games is you have to put in hours and hours and hours to like really get what you're supposed to be doing. But I do feel like if we were that way inclined, we could have fun with this game. It's just not for us. But if the Reeses of this world,
I was just about to ask who would like this game.
Yeah, I'd put it for anyone that likes online games and shooting in particular. Like I would say, you'd lap it up. Like
You could not have put me off it any quicker.
I know. I'm putting myself off talking about it.
Just saying it's a Reese game.
He likes Alan Wake too.
Well,
So
every cloud.
And Helldivers.
but yeah, it's just interesting. You know, sometimes you just fancy seeing what all the fuss is about. What are the stuff that people are enjoying? Let's try one of those games. And I did, and I didn't hate it.
Wow.
And
That's good.
the highest possible praise I can give a game like this, I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and I haven't uninstalled it yet. So, you know.
When was the last time you
that
played
says something. About 5 days ago, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pending deletion.
Not long for this world.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Lovely, jubbly.
Lovely. I've
Go on.
sorry, are you going to?
No.
I've not played a lot. I said before, I've actually been trying to read more.
What?
Reading books.
Watching films, watching TV, reading books.
That's me. Because I used to go through loads of books. I used to read so many books in a year. I think one year I even read 3.
My God.
No, I think one year when I was in my early 20s, I got like through 35 odd in a year, which is loads.
I don't think I've read that many in my life.
Yeah, and I'm through 1.5 already this year. So I'm trying
this year. I admire that.
I'm trying to keep up because I
what have you been reading?
I read Meantime by Frankie Boyle. I bought a new Kindle, one that's got a backlight.
Oh, very nice.
Because I was like, I want to give myself an excuse to read. Meantime by Frankie Boyle was very good. It's like a detective noir kind of book, and this is a weird one. It's called Drive Your Plough Over the Bones of the Dead.
What is that? A different book, or is that a chapter?
It's a different book, and it's a weird thing. It's about a woman who believes animals are committing murders in this like remote Polish village. They're all quite secluded.
Very Lewis.
Yeah, it's very Lewis. See, as soon as I said animals committing murder in a remote Polish village, I was like,
yeah. So what you're saying in the manner of speaking is you're not playing Alan Wake 2, but you're reading basically.
I'm reading it.
Yeah.
I'm reading it. So I'm trying to read more, but I have been, after our discussion last week, I'm continuing to play Nine Sols, and I have dropped it down to story mode, and I'm just beasting my way through that. I'm absolutely beasting it.
So where are you up to now? Because last we spoke, you were just coming up to like the third boss, the old guy, I think. I'm at Lady something. Oh yeah. Have you fought her yet?
No.
Okay.
I think that's because you basically go round in a loop, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm doing that just now.
Yeah. That's a great fight.
Is it? Because I was doing that just before we started, and I was like, I wonder if this, because that comes really quickly after the one before.
Yeah.
I was like, is it going to start quickening up, and am I going to get more bosses now? So
yeah.
Yeah. And you're right. Like it still feels. It feels like the right level of challenge on story.
Yeah.
Because you're not like bashing your head against a wall against, generic baddie number one. You're able to like get a bit of flow going.
Yeah,
it's good.
And take a few hits and recover and I think it's good. It's a well balanced story mode.
So yeah, hopefully I'll have it done over the next few days, maybe even the weekend.
Yeah, nice. Be interested to see. Yeah, we'll talk about this another time. But what ending you get. So I'm interested to know what the others are potentially, if we get the same one.
Okay.
Interesting.
Just and quickly as well, still playing Indiana Jones, but I'm really enjoying it. Like I mentioned in WhatsApp that I'd kind of stalled at what I consider a bit too fetchy a fetch quest because I don't have enough money. I think it was. Did you get that same thing, Alex? When it was like you don't have enough money to buy what you need. Yeah. And I was like, oh come on, that just feels like I need to go and that's deliberate.
Yeah, but it points you to where you get the money.
Yeah, I know. But I was just like, oh, can't be arsed. But it comes off the back of such a great sort of, I would say, 4 hours or so of gameplay. Like it's such a good run in the Himalayas and then to Japan afterwards. It's really, really good. A lot of fun. And then I was like, damn. But I think you said that was your least favourite as well, didn't you?
Yeah, but once you get that money and you get the item that you need, it's actually quite a good area and like quite a good like boss and stuff you need to deal with, and it's probably the jumpiest bit. It's quite good. I think you will quite enjoy it once you get like the money to do the next bit.
Yeah, because the last session I had, I was already there, and I had done a couple of bits and pieces, and then it was like, you need to go and get this. Like, nah, go and do something else. I'm going to go and do something else, and I did. I've not played it since, which is about a week, I think.
Uninstall.
You've only got a few hours to go.
Oh, I know. I'm going to go back to it. It's just finding that time when I'm trying to broaden my horizons with reading a book.
I also went back to Indiana Jones, having promised to last week, Alex, and I'm not going to say anything disparaging about it, but I am done with it. It's just not for me.
I am fed up of this.
But then you're not a first person, are you? Really?
Apparently not. No. No, I find it deeply frustrating and slow and not good. Not good.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
It is a shame because I like the polish. I like the Indiana Jones-ness of it all, but just the gameplay I find deeply, deeply dull and irritating. Having said, I'm not going to say anything bad about it. It's just not for me. Anyway, I think we should tie a neat little bow on this one with a cheeky little game of Guess the Outro. Time Bomb!
Wow.
Time Bomb?
Time Bomb?
What?
Hope this isn't we're not timed on this, are we? Because we always take ages.
And that's the whole
Don't worry.
point. That's the fun of it.
Yeah. I think this will be speedy, I reckon. So just switching up just to keep you on your toes. The twist here is you'll be pleased, particularly you, Lewis, you don't have to ask any questions.
Oh, great.
All right? I'm going to give you 10 clues.
Oh, yes.
Okay?
Are they good clues or are they your normal standard?
Well, let's find out. Counting down from 10 to 1. That's the time bomb element. You've got 10 clues in which to guess
I like it.
the outro. All right? Let's see how this goes. If it's shite, we'll just go back to normal. But let's try it out. Okay. So, number 10. This game has animals in it.
Oh.
Okay. So you can guess now. You can take a guess between what game it might be. You never know. You might get it. So you got to
Do we
guess.
get a guess each, or is it one guess between us?
Just one guess between the two of you.
Oh, okay. Lots of games have. Is that animals as a main character? Is that animals as, like...
It's just, I'm basing a lot of these clues are based on quite frequent questions that you and Alex have asked.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
what about like Animal Well? Has that got good music?
I can't remember.
Probably not then.
Night in the Woods has animals in
Animals. Hey, have a guess. Go.
Let's just
pick one.
Night in the Woods.
No, not Night in the Woods. 9. Both single and multiplayer.
Party Animals. That's just multiplayer, isn't it?
Not party animals. Number 8. Counting down.
Ooh, this is
Number
scary.
8. Released in 2017.
Oh, and it's got animals in it, and it's single and multiplayer.
Yeah.
What generation was that? That's what, 8 years ago? Fuck's sake, man. That's
God. That's depressing.
Dog. Animals in it. 2017. You've told us the year. Now, this is really quick. That's not a very good
Great clue.
It's a good clue if you know when games came out.
You'll like the next clue.
Oh,
Give us a guess. Give us a guess. Come on.
Last Guardian.
Last Guardian. No, afraid not.
Just a single player.
Number 7. Character name and title.
What about that stupid Super Lucky's Tale? That's...
I don't think that in multiplayer.
Yeah, maybe you're right, actually. Character name and title. Animals in it?
The time bomb is ticking.
Oh, no. They said I'd like that clue. What are you thinking, Alex?
Spider-Man.
No, not Spider-Man. Great guess. Title number 6. At least one of us has played it.
Shit. What a shit clue.
Again, based on questions that you often ask.
What shit questions we often ask?
So, back at you, bitch.
One of us has played it. 2017. Character name and title. Animal.
Single and multiplayer.
Single and multiplayer. I want to ask. I kind of want to ask a question now.
We're not allowed, Les. You can ask
I
me.
know.
I can think.
At least
2017. This is like...
I can't even think what was out in 2017.
Yeah.
Okay, have a guess.
Splatoon. It's a multiplayer game, but fuck it.
Splatoon. Okay.
Splatoon 2, sorry.
No, it's
No
not
character
Splatoon.
Oh, yeah.
name.
Johnny Splatoon.
Splatoon.
Next one is 2D. 2-dimensional.
Oh,
Super Mario 3D World.
Nope. The clue's in the name there, Alex. 3D world.
That's still 2D. Oh, yeah.
That's right.
what's
You can't save your guess.
one guess per round.
Number 4. Canada.
I was thinking like Monster Boy and the what the fuck it is. Monster Boy and whatever the fuck it is.
Canada.
I'll go one further. Developed in Canada.
Does not help.
Okay.
Monster Boy?
No, not Monster Boy. I think that was France. That
Yeah, I think it's French.
Seems French.
Yeah, French Canadian.
Okay. Number 3. Originally released on Xbox and Windows.
This is your wheelhouse, Alex.
Yeah.
Original release, character name and title. 2017.
It's a 2D, but I can't think of any 2D games. But it must be some sort of indie.
Don't you wish you could ask?
I think it's question clue number 1.
It's an indie.
What about like Guacamole doesn't have it. The man isn't called Guacamole.
Guacamole, no. Because I was thinking something like that in Drinkbox. But I mean, it's aye.
What about Viva La Pinata? Is that person?
Viva La Pinata.
Viva Pinata, that was a long
Is that what it's
time.
called?
That was much long before that. I'm trying
Was
to
it?
think. What was contrast?
My assumption is it's the person that's played this game is you, Alex.
I don't know.
To put extra pressure on you, I think it's you that's played this game.
Super Lucky's
coward.
Tale. Let's just say Super Lucky's Tale because that came out in the Xbox and Windows first.
No, not Super Lucky's Tale. Number 2. Unique art style.
Honestly. If you were to liken it to something,
could we have a lucid likening, please?
and then
I don't have those powers, I'm afraid. I just see colours and shapes.
my biggest issue is my fucking memory. Like I cannot envisage this period because this
It's
would have
tricky.
been Xbox One. Yes.
Yep. God, I forgot about the Xbox One.
Yeah. Terrible name. I had the OG one, the VCR one.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah. Shape. Okay. I'm going to have to press you. You got one more clue to come. Any guesses?
It's not a single multiplayer. Ori and the Blind Forest. It's not.
It's not Ori and the Blind Forest, no.
Yeah,
okay, one. Use all of your powers of deduction here. Just one word. It's a favourite word of mine. Wallop.
What a shocking clue that is.
There's people listening in on this conversation we're having in the pub going, I know what that is.
Well, if they could tell us right now.
I mean, I'm sure I'll know what it is as soon as you tell me and I'll be hitting myself, but I'm having a complete mind blank.
Wallop. Nah.
Nothing?
Some sort of like fighting game, maybe. But it's got like stuff.
Can you run down all the clues again, please?
I can. John? Yeah, okay. One last go
Can
through.
we get an extra one?
No.
Please tell us. Give us a big clue.
It's got animals in it. Single and multiplayer. Released in 2017. Character name and title. At least one of us has played it. 2D. Made in Canada. Released on Xbox and Windows originally. Unique art style. Wallop.
Something just made me think Sonic the Hedgehog 4, but that's a really random thing, and that wouldn't have been developed in Canada, I don't think.
If you're listening to this and you genuinely guessed it, please let us know. Because I think they're quite good clues. I mean,
they are if you know what the game is. Like,
they're pointless clues if you know what the game is. All right, come on. Throw something at me.
I've got no idea, Lewis. I should, but I don't. And I'll be kicking myself.
Just bow out.
Never.
No, that came out last year.
No.
Time bomb.
I like the other one a bit better.
Well, stop complaining about me having shit clues.
Well, these are 10 shit clues.
Based on your shit questions. Right, any final guesses or you give up?
No, I give up. Unless you get something, Lewis.
Nah.
Yeah?
I just keep thinking Battletoads. But
all done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Battletoads.
No, it's not Battletoads. And that is a knockout.
Wallop.
Anything?
What was it? Come on.
I'll give you some extra clues that will make it more obvious. Run and gun. No? Run and gun. Boss rush. 1930s animation. No, you still haven't got it out. Jesus Christ. Studio MDHR. Cuphead. It was Cuphead. Wallop. Do you not remember the big letters, Lewis? Wallop.
I remember the big letters.
Yeah. I thought that clue was guaranteed to connect.
But when
I've never played that, so I feel better now.
Okay. Well, at least one of us or two of us have.
Yeah, but when you say wallop, I think of you.
Well,
Walloper.
That's your problem.
Walloper.
But yeah. Well done. Anyway, we tried it. Hey,
no one's got that.
Let's maybe try this again next week, just to see if we refine it.
I think we should give it another go.
See if you like it. Now you're used to the format. Let's see. But yeah, you could kind of take your pick from the Cuphead soundtrack. It is superb. I really like it anyway. And I've picked a song. I chose this. This wasn't a suggestion. I thought since we're trying something new, I'll just test the waters myself. And just listen to something I like. And there's a song that we're going to play is Floral Fury, which is my favourite song off the Cuphead soundtrack. That's by Christopher Madigan. And that's the one, the flower boss. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that one?
Yep.
What's it called?
Daisy or something.
Cagney Carnation is the name.
Yeah, Daisy.
A daisy. Potato. But it's really good song. Really sort of upbeat, samba, jazzy little number. And I love it. And that is from Cuphead. In the Mimic's Veil, we talk about Power Rangers, Rita's Rewind, Marvel Rivals, and then...
Can I give you one little note?
Please.
Can you sound like you care? Thanks.